here tonight after the Loretta Lawrence County victory tonight, 50-49. Mustangs come away victorious. We're here with two seniors, Myles Burks and Layne Myhan tonight. We're going to first speak with Layne. Layne poured in 18 points tonight. Layne, it seemed like early on you really felt your stroke, and even got so late where you kept backing it up, a little heat check right there. But walk us through the game and then walk us in that last play right there as the buzzer closed out.
Well, this is a pretty close game altogether. They played us pretty tight. This is pretty rough. We hit a few free throws. It's been good. I'd like to thank the coaches for drawing up that good play toward the end. I know there's 4 seconds left. I know there wasn't much time left, but I saw Myles out corner of mine. I figured, why not hit him? And, the rest is history. He hit it.
Myles Burks right there. Now you triggered inbound, got it over to Layne right there. Layne spun around, drew a little defense to him. And what was you seeing right there after you threw the inbound pass? Walk us through the last play.
Well, I saw they told me to either get it to Layne or Adam and be ready for the comeback if they start to double team them. And they just started the double team Layne, and I ended up being open. And it's just shooting one of them shots that you practice every day in practice. Just don't expect it to shoot it that way, but win's a win.
So you practice a one-leg fall-away three, leaning left, and you bank it in. You practice that one all the time?
Hey, I'll throw up some crazy shots in practice, but not generally that kind of shot, but I'll throw up some crazy ones just trying to practice it just in case.
Last question right here. Words going around. We got to get some answers here. Coach Putman said you called it. Is that true?
No, that's not true. As soon as I shot it, I saw it was off, but then I kind of thought, well, it might bank in, and thank God it did.
Absolutely. 50-49, Mustangs come away with a three at the buzzer. Myles Burks with a bank shot three at the buzzer. Layne Myhan, 18 points tonight. He was our Papa John's player of the game. Guys, great game tonight. Enjoy the rest, and we'll see you in a few days.
Sure, thank you.
MustangsTV.com here, post-game interview with Coach Micah Rochester coming off a 50-49 win at the buzzer. Coach, it's kind of what we expected as we talked at halftime of the girls. Two great teams coming in, good rivalry come down to, unfortunately, a last-second shot right there. Kind of walk us through the first half and how competitive it was in the first half.
Man, it was I don't even know, hardly can remember the first half at this point. I thought our kids did a really good job coming out. On the defensive end, we rebounded. I don't know how many turnovers we had, but it wasn't a lot, and we knew that would be. Those were the two keys to the game would be if we were going to turn it over and if we could rebound with them. And I'd say everything was pretty even. Thought we gave up a couple of offensive rebounds there in the last few minutes, and then turned it over or at least took some ill-advised shots in the last minute. If it wouldn't have been for that, it would have been a lot closer. But the first half, it was just two really good teams answering each other. One of number 20, I'm not even sure who his name is. We'd watched him and scouted him and never saw him get off the bench. And so I'm telling our kids to back up, and he drains 2 threes on us. And so, I told him at halftime that, that was on me. So the kids responded extremely well coming out after the second half. We had the ball. We told them that we just had to go out and win it one possession at a time and just get us back in the game. And they just fought and clawed and got us back. You just got to take your hats off to these seniors.
Talk about the chess match back and forth between you and Coach Clark. Changing up the defense all different times up and down the floor, not giving Lawrence County really any way to settle in on the offensive end. Talk about kind of how that chess match works when you face somebody like Coach Clark and a team like Lawrence County as talented as they are.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we just didn't want them to get comfortable. Sockwell is such a really good offensive player. Garrettson can hurt you in a lot of different ways. And then, of course, Cliff is a really good player. Kemp is the guy probably we were the most worried about because of the different skill sets that he has. And so we thought if we could just ever keep them from getting comfortable, getting to a rhythm, then it would definitely give us a better chance to win the game. There at the end, we tried to make sure as they were pulling out Cliff, we were pulling out Fleming, make sure that we had them both at the game at the same time. And we were fortunate to be able to do that because guys like Luke Childers just gave us some huge minutes, got 2 huge offensive rebounds. And so, it's a lot of fun to play and coach and win those games.
Last, say about 10 seconds of the game right there, we're up 1. Unfortunately, we let them go to the foul line Cycle, as you said, great players he did. He stepped right up, confidence, stroke three right in, get it down the floor, timeout called with 4 seconds. Walk us through the timeout and walk us through that 4 seconds to close out the game.
I told them on WX, I know nobody believes me, but a lot of times in those situations, you're kind of panicky, you're kind of worrying, like, I don't know. But the whole time, I just felt like we were going to get a break for once. I remember 3 years ago, we had them beat at Lawrenceburg, and Mansfield hits a Hail Mary at the buzzer and beats us. And so we drew up the play for Layne coming off of, he was supposed to come off of a double screen. Myles' first look was at the post. Was at Layne. His second look was at the post, but we told Myles, as soon as you throw it in, you come step in because you're going to be wide open. And he was able to catch it, and he shot it off one leg, and it went off the glass. But, I keep referring back to 3 years ago when Mansfield hit that shot. As soon as it left Mansfield's hands, I remember turning around saying, all right, we got to get ready for overtime. And that's the way I felt. As soon as this one left Myles' hands, it was going in. And so, I'm so thankful. It would have been so hard to come in there and address those seniors after the way they fought and played. Last Tuesday, to play the way we did and to work the way they did this week in practice, they deserve something good.
That's what we talked about. Somebody, unfortunately, with a game like this, somebody's got to leave with an L. But in the case tonight, we leave away with a W. So hats off to the guys. Coach, we want to thank you for your time at halftime and afterwards, and congrats on the big win tonight.
Hey, man, it's fun. We usually tell our kids they got 24 hours to dwell on it, but we're going to be able to get a couple of days off since we don't play for another week. And so Thanksgiving just got a little bit happier over the next few days.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.